Hey guys, in this video I'm going to cover the Motoko token on ICP. This will kick off a string of new videos where I review projects in the ecosystem because it really feels like nobody else is doing it. So if you want me to cover a different project, please comment below and I'll consider it. Now, first things first, I do hold Motoko and I have multiple Motoko NFTs. All of my Motoko is staked at max lockup and it's undissolving. I've also worked for Motoko DAO creating content for them on X. So for the sake of transparency, I do have bias. This is a bias review. Now, the origins of Motoko comes from the Motoko coding language, which was created by Dfinity and was named after the main character from the anime Ghost in the Shell. Rumor is that this is one of Dom's favorite animes, and if you watch the movie, you might see some symbolisms on why they chose it. Please let us know in the comments if you think you know what they are. But to commemorate the new language, John Ball from Poke Studios was hired to create the Motoko Ghost collection of 10,000 NFTs. This is the main artist Dfinity uses. He's created the ICP logo and the Caffeine AI logo. Now, the Motoko Ghost NFTs were originally airdropped to early community members, and it wasn't until a few years later that Dfinity approved the creation of the Motoko DAO, which launched the Motoko coin, which was also airdropped to NFT holders. There hasn't been a better project in this ecosystem for airdrops other than Motoko. It's a very influential part of the project's lore and still continues to give value to holders. The next airdrop will be the 3D upgrade coming once Toko Market comes out, and this will probably be the first quarter of this year. And there's another airdrop coming to Motoko stakers who will be receiving Toko, the NFT market's native coin. We don't know when this will happen, but the snapshot has already occurred and will probably come shortly after Toko's release. Now, Motoko ghosts are like a pet mascot of Dfinity, and there are many holders in the foundation with rumors that Dominic holds the original Motoko Ghost NFT. They're a strong part of the ICP brand, and in my view, Motoko is directly attached to the hip of ICP. And if ICP 100x's, I wouldn't be surprised if Motoko 1000x's. There are no other projects in the eco with as unique a connection to the foundation as Motoko, being an officially commissioned art collection whose licensing is even held by the DAO. And I think when ICP moons, the people who miss out will take a look at the ecosystem and see Motoko has natural ties to Dfinity. But also, ICP tends to attract people who prioritize utility and real use case, and they hate vaporware. But something needs to be said about the wildness of crypto that can send a shitcoin into $1 billion market cap. These type of degen investors are really captivated by culture, and crypto culture cares about what's funny and cool. When the matrix breaks down and the crypto world discovers how funny it was that ICP was suppressed for so long while being the best project in a sea of shit, they'll look for what's cool inside of this project. Those who aren't excited by utility narratives but see ICP Moon will take a look at the ecosystem and see Motoko has everything a real crypto head loves. NFTs, crypto gaming, memes, it's a DAO, and it has physical merchandise coming too. Now, at the moment, these types of investors are fatigued. Everyone's just been wrecked by the meme coin casino, and NFTs are still just shitty web links. But crypto is desperate for a new paradigm, and only on ICP can NFTs or meme coins control software. So when all of the coolest influencers discover the fun that can be created on ICP, along with the fact that it's safe and wallet drains don't really happen here because it's virtually unhackable, everybody's going to rush into ICP. But even with the connection to Dfinity, Motoko is still a groundbreaking project that's creating fresh narratives and pushing innovation in the blockchain. Motoko is a showcase project for Dfinity that demonstrates the tech and what's possible. There's really only one comparable project in mainstream crypto, which is ApeCoin, created by the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It too is a DAO on the Ethereum network, but if you compare technicals, Motoko is built on far more advanced technology. For example, DAOs built off of ICP can refuse a proposal even if it passes. They're really just glorified polling machines. But since ICP DAOs are 100% on-chain along with the software, the results of a proposal execute immediately, autonomously, and unstoppably. This is how DAOs control software. And since coins control the DAO, crypto controls software on ICP. Now, Ethereum's market cap is about 400 billion, and ApeCoin is a little over 200 million, while ICP's market cap is about 2.5 billion, and Motoko is around 1 million. And sure, I could say that the tech is better and just call it a day, but it's not just better, it's generation jumping, paradigm creating better. ICP opens the blockchain to software, handling all of its deployment. There's insane potential here. If you're watching this video, you know ICP is light years ahead of Ethereum and on a level that they could never replicate because just in their architecture, they have technical limitations. When ICP succeeds in its mission to rebuild the internet, we could see $1 trillion market cap one day. And with Motoko being so interwoven in the network, we could easily see $1 billion market cap. There's been about 4 or 5 meme coins on Ethereum that have gone over $1 billion, and there's around 10 on Solana. Stranger things have happened. Dodge is at like a 20 billion market cap right now, and it effectively does nothing. If ICP brings on the next paradigm, Motoko will be like an ambassador to the crypto culture. It could become a world-recognized brand one day. Just the coding language itself could push Motoko into the spotlight, because this coding language could become a world standard for creating apps and websites, especially since it's optimized for AI. When the crypto matrix collapses and ICP is recognized as the most advanced crypto, it doesn't have many projects in its ecosystem, let alone ones that embody a strong lore to the foundation. Excuse me. I see ghosts as being virtual pets for the true cypherpunk. And that's not just because there are Motoko NFTs that are actually self-encompassing Tamagotchis. These are serious pieces marking the history of a significant leap in technology, one that can reshape the world and how every single human being on the planet interacts with each other. ICP is really building the future internet. Now, let's hold on for a second and explain exactly what Motoko is, because it's kind of hard to embody everything in one sentence. Technically, it's not a meme coin, though it does have those optics. Motoko is actually a public portfolio of art and software that exists trustlessly and has a worldwide community ownership through ICP's decentralized technology. And it's pioneering a model that I believe many projects will adopt in the future, and not just crypto hype projects or niche communities, but actual businesses. Motoko is a brand based off of its imagery of the art, but underneath, its actual branding is the decentralized technology that it's built on. And it dips its toes in a lot of narratives, like Pudgy Penguins, except a more crypto-centric emphasis, beyond just the character licensing. Now let's go over some of the Motoko projects that already exist. There's Motoko Ghosts, Motoko Pals, Motoko Mechs, Motoko Sentinels. There's numerous unofficial NFT collections that use Motoko, like the Doodles or the Monsters. Right now there's 2 video games that are being developed. And what's really exciting is Toko Market working on a real-life store where you can order t-shirts and hats and other stuff with your NFTs on it. Or you can receive royalties if you own an NFT and somebody else likes it and they order the shirt with that NFT on it. So they're really injecting smart contract capabilities into their web store. Motoko is on the forefront of showing the world what kind of fun you can have with decentralized technologies. Now, there are 2 teams developing for Motoko. There's the DAO, and then there's Bob Bodley's Motoko Sentinels. And there's a little bit of strife between the 2 of them, which I won't go into, but all you need to know is that the Sentinels team isn't affiliated with the DAO. However, both teams answer to Dfinity. But as an investor, anybody who's creating Motoko products is good for the Motoko coin. And both teams are working on video games that look pretty cool. And if you go to the Sentinels team page, they're saying that they're going to be selling plushies soon. Now, somewhere in their studios is the infamous Motoko claw machine, which I plan to steal once I assemble a competent enough team. And I want to talk a little bit more about Toko Market. This will be the new NFT market on ICP designed by the Dragons team, who are game developers at heart. And they're really aiming at bringing as much smart contract functionality as possible, giving NFTs across the industry a fresh upgrade and demonstrating what can really only be done on ICP. Motoko has honorary privilege within Toko. There'll be the first NFT collections on it, and Motoko stakers are receiving that airdrop. Now, there was some drama a few months back that I should bring some clarity to. The Toko Market was originally going to be a part of the DAO, but due to politics, this plan was forsaken. And I can only speculate on why it didn't happen, but my impression is that Borovan, the man behind Neopets, who's making Toko Market, he had the intention of acquiring a majority voting power of Motoko DAO so that when he launched his NFT market, he could have peace of mind that it wouldn't get voted out of his control. But since a huge part of Motoko's brand is decentralization, it would compromise the spirit of the project to have one person calling all the shots, and this kind of upset the community. So the compromise was met where it was decided that the DAO would get preferential treatment and stakers would get the Toko airdrop. This is how I understand the situation of how things went down, but regardless of our feelings towards Adam, the fact that there is going to be a new marketplace for NFTs is a net positive for Motoko in general, along with ICP. This gives Motoko a fresh path forward, and its technology is giving us many new and unexplored avenues to discover. Once Toko Market drops, we might not see Motoko in this price range again, especially with all the buzz building up on ICP with Caffeine AI and Mission 70. There are a lot of people who have ICP on their radar but are scared to invest because of the current tokenomics. With deflation being a top priority for Dfinity this year, we could see FOMO trigger faster than usual for price action. Now, after Toko Market is released, there's also the DAO's new MMO video game coming out. This is what many holders are most excited for, because this will be the first video game that utilizes on-chain mining, which introduces a deflationary mechanism to Motoko. So you'll burn your Motoko and receive in-game currency to spend and upgrade your gameplay experience. And secondly, your Motoko Ghost NFTs will be the characters you play with, showing off true NFT integration. That's happening all on-chain and not just some Web 2 theater. If you watched my last video, you'll know that only on ICP can NFTs truly control software. This is a narrative that's going to be huge in the future, and Motoko is a key player in pushing it. It's the kind of new thing that revitalizes the degen playground, in my opinion. Eventually, the rest of crypto will realize why this is such a big deal, and I believe it will trigger an avalanche of new developers, artists, and of course new users. As ICP focuses on real-world utility and proving its use case to the mainstream world, Motoko will focus on the already established crypto enthusiasts and moon-hungry degens. This MMO game showcases what holding an ICP NFT can offer: digital assets that can always evolve and have unlimited new layers stacked upon them. Like the 3D upgrade that's coming out, letting you view your Motoko Ghost in the third dimension and making it interoperable in 3D environments. So like for video games, for example. And we'll see where the market goes, because every time we get a price multiple, the spending power of the treasury doubles. A lot of projects are on slow idle right now, waiting for ICP to go into an uptrend, and they're kind of wanting to piggyback off of the momentum. Anyways, I think I'll end the video here. I'm mega bullish on this project, and if you believe ICP is the future, I think everybody who believes that should have a Motoko NFT and should probably have some Motoko staked as well. But I'm no financial expert, and if I got anything wrong, could have said anything better, or missed something entirely, then please comment below. And if you made it this far, please like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. See ya.